Hello, this is Dr. Mike Brooks. I'm a licensed psychologist and the director of the Austin Psychology and Assessment Center, or ApaCenter. Today's video blog topic is, does video game violence cause children and adolescents to become violent? Now, this is a very hot topic, as you know, given what happened recently in Newtown, Connecticut, and that mass shooting, and then others that have occurred in the past, like in Aurora, Colorado, Virginia Tech, Columbine, and basically every time there's a mass shooting, the idea that video game violence may somehow play a part comes up. And so what I want to do, and this will be over several episodes here because it's a very large topic, but I want to cover this idea and explore it and see what does the research say about it, and what can we do about it. And as you might have seen in the media, that even Vice President Joe Biden, he recently met with industry representatives and researchers to explore this topic. And then the NRA Executive Vice President, Wayne LaPierre, he's been on record or in the media saying that perhaps it's the video game violence that's the cause of these mass shootings, and it's not about the guns, it's about the media and the movies and music and video game violence. So again, I want to get to the heart of this issue because it's a very important one, as you see all the video games out there nowadays and how violent some of them are, and all the technological advances. The depictions of violence are way further beyond what I grew up with Pac-Man, Asteroids, and Centipede and games like that. So I want to tell you a little about myself. Speaking of those arcade classics, I grew up playing video games, Atari 2600, and I played, Pong, the very first video game, and then played all the arcade classics like Donkey Kong and Pac-Man and Asteroids, and loved those games, and I still play some of those. But as video games evolved, I played all the different platforms over the years in different arcade games. So I played Nintendo and Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis and Xbox, and currently my family has a Wii, and I play several of the games with my sons, and hope to get an Xbox 360 soon, so we'll see. So that's one area of knowledge base that I'm coming from, but just to let you know that I have some credibility and expertise in this area. I also did my dissertation research on the effect of video game violence on children because I was concerned about it, and also I saw that a lot of people were slamming video games even back when I went in the mid-late 1990s. People were pointing the finger at video game violence as a cause of societal violence and aggression in kids, and I felt like oftentimes that video games were being unjustly vilified, and so I wanted to look into it a little more. So that's another area that I come from, some real research, and I've presented on this topic. I've stayed abreast of the research over the years, and I've presented on this topic to schools and students and PTA groups, and also local radio. So I speak from that, and then finally, and I think I mentioned that I have 3 boys, and 2 of them are old enough to play video games. So now I'm very mindful of the types of games they play, and try to, I'm concerned as a parent. So I want to cover this topic in some detail, and so the next topic that we're going to cover in this video blog are the areas of concern, because I do think, and I think most parents are concerned about the violence in video games, and I think they should be. So we'll cover that next. We'll look at the evolution of video games over the years. That'll be interesting. I'll have some images and video clips to show you, so you can just see how far we've come over the last 30 years. Then I'll look at the research on the effects of video game violence on kids, and what the research says and the limitations of that research. We're going to look at crime statistics over the years, because I think that's an important part of this conversation. And then finally, I'm going to try to put it all together and give recommendations to you as a possible player, as a parent, that could help you make decisions about video games and informed decisions about what your kids should play and how concerned you should be. So thanks so much for joining me for this first segment. I really hope you'll come back, because there's a lot of great information that I plan to cover that I think everyone could benefit from, especially for parents, because as a parent myself, I know it keeps coming up every video game that my kids want to play. I have to ask myself, is this appropriate? What effects could it have? So thanks so much. Again, this is Dr. Mike Brooks, the director of the Austin Psychology and Assessment Center, or ApaCenter, and I hope to see you back soon.